Hello everyone, it's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing fine. It's Saturday, guys. A lovely Saturday morning where I am. I hope you're having a fantastic morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, guys. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. You're absolute legends. Don't forget that, guys. Before I start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video, all that sweet stuff. That'd be absolutely great if you guys can do that for me. I mean, it's another day without Manchester United, another international weekend, of course, guys. I mean, the dreaded international weekend that seems to drag on and drag on and drag on, guys. It's terrible, isn't it? Let's get straight into it, guys, in regards to Manchester United, because that's why we're here. We are here for Manchester United. Michael Owen has blasted the system mongers, the ones who keep blaming the system for Manchester United's downfall, the 4-3-3s, the 4-5-1s, the 4-2-3-1s. Those guys, we all know who they are. They pop up every now and then with their system analyses and things like that. Analysis, is that even a word? But analysis. They pop in the streams everywhere you go. It's the system. It's the system. Now, Michael Owen, obviously, football legend. I mean, some people don't like him, but he's a football legend. One of the best young players I've seen in my lifetime when he broke through the scene with Liverpool and England, of course, only 18 years old. Just turned 18 years old when he was taking on the entire Argentinian backline, as we remember, guys. But yes, look, he has been talking, of course, as he does sometimes. So Michael Owen has said, basically, if I'm not wrong, I watched Eric Ten Hag for about a year ago playing a back four, and it was some of the most awful football I've seen from Manchester United team, from a Man United team. Yes, exactly. This is the point that we go on when people talk about system. We're like, oh yeah, what happened with Eric Ten Hag? What happened with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? What happened with Jose Mourinho? Same system, same problems. You know what I mean? Absolutely spot on for Michael Owen there. He went on to say, it's embarrassing if you're going to say the main reason for downturn is because they play a back three. And I agree. It's embarrassing. I get so frustrated, guys, when I see people blaming the system on this stream. My goodness me, I feel like a broken record every time people come on the stream, they talk about the system. I'm like, my goodness me. What an absolute mess. You know what I mean? Absolutely spot on. It is embarrassing. Owen went on to say, I mean, it really isn't. In regards to the back three, that isn't the problem. They could go back to a back four and play as bad as they did under Eric Ten Hag. Then the screams would equally be as loud. Exactly. We had nobody when we were playing a four at the back saying, let's revert to a back three. Did we? Did we ever do that when we were playing so bad down at Eric Ten Hag? Were we saying we should revert back into a three? No, we wasn't, was we? Obviously, of course. And Owen went on to say, I'm not saying that's my favorite formation at all. And I'm not saying that Amram is right to be steadfast in his beliefs in the formation. But I certainly don't think all of United's problems now are because they play with the back three. Exactly. I agree. There's more problems at Man United than you think. There's loads going on at Man United. Problems left, right, and centre all over the place, guys. And we can't. But the problem, people, they're very tunnel vision sometimes. They just blame one thing, and that is all. That is all it is. They blame one thing, and that is it. I'm not blaming anything else, absolutely. Absolutely. So those are some of the quotes from Michael Owen, of course. Michael Owen, the entertaining Michael Owen, of course, very entertaining gentleman, of course, guys. Some people say he's a bit boring, don't they, at the end of the day? Let me just say hello to some of the community members. I hope you're doing well. Big up Ephraim. How you doing, my friend? Good afternoon, Sal. Owen is spot on. Some of the players are sat Ten Hag, absolutely. Good morning, Daryl. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're good, bro. Hope everything is blessed with you. Good morning. Guys, don't forget to smash a like on the video before, we need to get at least 50 likes today, as we always do on Breaking Dawn, of course, especially on a Saturday. Smash a like for a Saturday, guys. Saturday's a great day. Smash a like for the Saturday. Absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone who's joining me. Look, now, a little bit in regards to the obviously the takeover news. There was news about Saudi Arabia last week that popped up controversially on Twitter. Now there's obviously news about UAE, whether that be Dubai or Abu Dhabi, both in the UAE. Some people think it's a different country. Both in the UAE, they are both apparently interested in investing in Manchester United. Now, Manchester United with Abu Dhabi, if it is the same people that want to invest in Manchester United, Man United, that will be obviously a conflict of interest in regards to Manchester City, etc. So Man United got to be very careful what they do. I said it last week that I believe there's no smoke without fire. I believe when tweets are written, especially from folks, i.e., the Turkey Al Sheikh, i.e., him, he wouldn't be just saying things for the sake of saying things. So the question will be, why are the Glazers all of a sudden selling the shares? And I spoke about it yesterday, and I did bring in the fact that the regeneration project, it could be hitting a snag, something could be going on in regards to the regeneration project. There could be a conflict within the rank, within the camp, within Ineos and the Glazers. There could be a number of things going on at the moment. But one thing is for certain, in regards to the for sale situation, it's positive. Because these things won't be spoken about if there was not an element of truth. And I think people need to understand that. No matter how much the club is going for, how much it's going to be sold, Manchester United looks like they could possibly be sold in the future to whoever it is. Right now, how much will Man United go for? Now, there was obviously quotes about 10 billion. Obviously, and this is only ranked at 10 billion because obviously the regeneration project, the stadium, etc. But if this regeneration project, and there's rumors that this has hit a little bit of issue, if this regeneration project doesn't work, then the Glazers, I believe, will sell out because the money that they're in line to get from the regeneration project is astronomical, right? Funny enough, it's going to be around 10, 11 billion. That they're going to get with franchises, hotels, the stadium, concerts, that you name it, that's what they're going to get. So if the regeneration project fails, the Glazers could possibly sell the football club. And that would be great for about 5 billion because obviously the regeneration project won't count anymore. Now, look, nothing has been set in stone with this stadium. Nothing has been agreed yet with this stadium. There's lots of noises, lots of chat GPT stadiums, out there at the moment. There's nothing really, solid in regards to that. So the ownership is untenable. It can be removed. I mean, I hope it is. I know, guys, I'm a Man United fan. I've witnessed the Glazers now for 20 years, as we all have. And it seems like a dream that they will sell the football club. It seems like it's never going to happen. People have got a little bit of PTSD. Of course they have. Because we've been promised things before, haven't we? Excuse me. Yeah. We've been promised things before, haven't we? And they haven't come to fruition. As we know, when the sale process was going on, there was lots of people saying, oh, it's been done. Qatar has been done. Qatar is the Man United owners. Even Rio Ferdinand came out and said, oh, Qatar done and dusted. It's not the case, isn't it? And that's why you shouldn't read too much, even if he's an ex-pro. You shouldn't read too much what he says. So what do I think of this? I think that, there is no, as I said, there's no smoke without fire, and they could be looking to sell their shares. It might be. It could happen. It might not happen. And as the Sheikh said on Twitter, he said they are looking to sell the club. There is a potential availability of Manchester United. Nothing's been announced on the stock market yet because obviously nothing has been done. Nothing has been confirmed. Nothing has been solid in regards to that. Nothing is solid in regards to that. So obviously, we're going to have to wait and see. It is the weekend. Obviously, it's going to be quieter around business at the weekend, of course. So we're going to have to wait and see the next few days what materializes. Obviously, this tweet is significant. I would say that. I don't think a man of his stature, as I said last week, Turkey Al Sheikh, I don't think a man of his stature will be writing tweets just to cause an uproar. The guy already has big PR. The guy already has huge respect within the entertainment industry in Saudi Arabia, of course, with the boxing, Matchroom Sports, of course, England and Saudi Arabia collaboration, what he does as well, guys. So, look, there's fingers crossed something happens in regards to the takeover situation. I really do hope it does. I really want Man United to sell up now. We've had enough of the Glazers, and I think the Man United the Man United fan base deserve a full sale. They deserve a full sale, There's lots of ins and outs in regards to this. Obviously, there's the Ineos have just signed up for Man United. They've just come to Man United. What would happen if the Glazers sold their share? What would happen to Ineos? Very, very interested indeed. Very interested indeed. So for example, would the Emirates come in, buy the football club and leave Ineos there to deal with the footballing side of things? Or would they just want a clean shop and get their own people in there? I mean, either way, it could happen, isn't it, guys? It could happen. I do believe that if Emirates did come in, however, I do believe they keep the manager, by the way. I think they'll give him a bedding in period in regards to the new ownership and stuff, because Very talented manager, of course, guys. Absolutely. So let's wait and see what happens, guys. Very interesting to see what goes on in the next few weeks. But I really do hope that something happens significant, of course, guys. I really do. Absolutely. Good morning, my friend Joe. What's going on, my mate? How you doing? I hope you're good. And for me, it's never the formation or the system. It's always down to the players. It's players who wins or loses games. Absolutely, my guy. So I didn't read your first. Did I read your first comment? Yeah, I did. Big up. Yeah, I agree. Look, you know what? This is why when people come on this stream and wherever they come on my Twitter, on my social media platforms, and they say, you know what? The system, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, 4-5-1, whatever they want to say and throw out there, you know, and social media tacticos, of course. It drives me absolutely bonkers. It drives me mad because I know it's not the system. You know, and Michael Owen, of course, he's no stranger to playing that formation. In England 1998 World Cup, under Glenn Hoddle, he played that system. You know, he played the three at the back, you know? So there you go. So that he knows about that system, of course. Good morning, Scott. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my mate. Hope you're good. Good morning, Gary. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing good. What is the deal with this Finnish loon? Absolutely, Scott. Big up, mate. This Finnish guy, I mean, I've got his name here. I've forgotten his name. His name's very hard to pronounce. I've got his name here. Let me just read this out because I don't want to. There we go. His name's Thomas Ziliakis. Now, Thomas Ziliakis, by the way, easy for you to say. Thomas Ziliakis spoke whilst the takeover process was going on last year, over a year ago now, isn't it? In regards to when Qatar and Ineos were battling it out to who becomes the next heir to the throne, so to speak, in regards to Manchester United. And he was speaking a bit of an irritance in the background. If you remember, people are like, who's this Finnish guy and blah, 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 you know what I mean? And we're like, whatever, man, he's just talking. And look, guys, he's not as rich. He's got a big mouth. He wears a suit, and that's all it is. And that's about it, you know? I don't trust the guy. Again, I don't trust him. I trust him as much as I trust Ineos. I don't trust people like that. Ineos spoke all that promising thing of what they're going to do this, they're going to do that. We're going to buy the club in 2026. Here we are, guys. Here we are, you know? Now, guys, it's not in the realms of impossibility to think that Ineos won't purchase the shares from Glazers. That could possibly happen. Maybe, having just said about 2026, I did say it, guys, maybe that is what it is. Maybe the Glazers were going to sell their shares to Ineos in 2026. But do I think that happened? The way that Ineos are going on about how they're broke, how they got no money, this, blah, blah, blah. Do you actually think that they're going to buy the football club and buy the 10 billion? I really don't think they're going to do that to it. 5 billion. I really don't think they're going to do that, if I'm being honest. Guys, full sale only, debt cleared as well. You know, that needs to happen at this football club. It needs to happen desperately. The Finnish dude, I admire his enthusiasm. I admire his excitement. I admire his plans and his aspirations and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, talk is cheap in football, in business. Talk is cheap in business, right? And I would say that instead of talking, put your monies on the table. Put your money on the table. You got the money, put the money on the table, buy the football club. Stop talking and just get it done. Get it over and done with, guys. Absolutely. That's what I would say to him. You know, I would say just get the money, pay the money, be quiet, buy the football club, be quiet. That's what you need to do. You don't need to talk. You don't need to, you know, promote yourself with PR, self-PR and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Sal, it's boring, the international break. Absolutely. Very, very boring. Good morning, Wesley. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Sal. Big up. My concern is the game versus Liverpool. You know, we win one, lose one. We win one, lose one. We can't beat Liverpool. Remember, we haven't beat Liverpool at Anfield. It's a long time since we beat Liverpool. Wasn't it Juanfield? Wasn't it Juanfield Mata with that fabulous goal? And obviously, I think it was Raphael, wasn't it? I'm thinking of the season before. But yeah, we haven't beaten them in a while. That's all we need to say. And we've had some terrible good hidings at Anfield in the last years. And look, guys, you know what? Football, and I've said it before, football is the great equalizer, right? Excuse the pun. Greatness wasn't built on comfort zones. I've said it a number of times as well. You know, you don't win anything. You don't become great with comfort zones. Going to Liverpool is not comfortable. Going to Liverpool is difficult. We know it is. But why not make history? Why not make a name for yourself? Why not change the narrative? Why not go there and beat Liverpool at their own patch? They're not the greatest Liverpool of all time. I would argue that with anyone. They're not. I know some Liverpool fans want to think that they're the greatest Liverpool team of all time. The Premier League is the hardest there's ever been of all time, which it is not. What I would say to these people is that with these players, Manchester United, go out there, make a name for yourself. Go. Why can't we beat Liverpool? It's 11 against 11. We got good players. They got good players. Just do it. Just do it. Make a name for us. So look, we almost beat Liverpool last season. When we went to Anfield, it was 2-2, but Maguire missed an open goal at the last 5 minutes, I think it was. And we would have won the game 3-2. It could happen, guys. You have to be hard to beat. Number one, Man United must be hard to beat. And that is the first thing we do. And then we can deal with the rest afterwards. We got the quality to win the game. And I think that we need to believe in ourselves and we need to be steadfast in our belief that we can go and beat Liverpool at Anfield. Because no point even turning up if we don't, you know. Obviously, the international break raises concerns about our record in an international break. And again, it's exactly what I've said before. Change the narrative. Change the narrative. We're going to lose, on the international break. We're going to lose and blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? Just that's what I would just say. Just change the narrative and just try and win the game, I would say. Absolutely. Big up, Wesley. Good comment, my friend. Ephraim, fingers crossed, in no injury in international. Fingers crossed. Yeah, that's a big thing as well, guys. We failed to remember that the international break, you get injuries and things like that. Yeah, look, let's wait and see what happens, of course. Good morning, Irfan. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, of course. Good to see you. Previously, the total sale of United was covered by journalists and commentators, but Jassim Noor, the Qatar, really commented publicly. This time, a Qatari sports figure came out publicly. Yeah, and he did. But Sheikh Jassim Hamid is a shy guy. I know that for a fact. He doesn't get himself involved in the media. He's very rarely on TV or in front of the screens. He's a shy guy, and this is respectable. He's not like Jim Ratcliffe, who was advertising himself all around the world. Look at me, I'm doing this. Sheikh Jassim Hamid doesn't exist. Blah, blah, blah. And he's been made to look stupid. Guys, why don't people scroll back to the time when in an interview, Jim Ratcliffe said Sheikh Jassim, I don't even know if he even exists. He was at the World Cup final, guys. And all those people that were doubting that Sheikh Jassim didn't exist, where's the apologies? Hold that. He does exist. You just wanted to use that as a narrative to beat the Qatari bid with. That is all it was. We all saw who they were. We saw the Muppeteers. We saw them, isn't it? We saw them people there. Crofton, that journalist. We saw him. We mentioned that some of them even blocked me on Twitter because they couldn't handle it. Oh, he's human rights. Oh, mate, please. Part-time human rights activists. That's what we got. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Joe, personally, I don't think emails are broke. Neither do I, mate. I think it's all smoke screen, but you're right. They are all talk, no action. And if you do buy well, I'll be shocked. I said it before the window. There was all this talk about Ineos being broke, that they got no money. They only could spend 100 million in the transfer market, blah, 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 blah. I said that they're not broke. They're not broke, guys. This whole sacking people in the club created an illusion that they are broke. It created this, subconscious thing about the fan base. Well, they sacked a load of people on 30 grand a year, so they must be broke. That is what it gets. It's just a manipulation tactic, guys. It's a manipulation tactic. They have money. Now, guys, I would argue, where was the 5 billion, right, that Jim Ratcliffe tried to buy Chelsea with? Where was that? Where's that money gone? Has that money disappeared? Where is it? Because he did try to buy Chelsea for 5 billion, didn't he? Let's not forget that, guys. All right? Where's the 55 million that they were bidding for Baleba with? Where's that gone? It's just people. I mean, the most naive thing to do is trust a billionaire. You're a billionaire for a reason, right? You're a billionaire for a reason, and billionaires are sly. You have to be. You have to be in their positions, to be a little bit, wiggle your way through the lies and the manipulation and stuff like that. And that's what they are. And that you don't become a billionaire from doing things ABC. You change the alphabet around. You go. No, I mean, big up, Joe. Irfan, aside from not winning back-to-back games, United has a poor record in all competitions coming from a break. So that is my first concern. If we get away with a point, I'll be I just say change the narrative. Football's there to be changed. History's there to be made. Football's a great equalizer. Let's not paint everything with the same brush, because we filled we filled the airways with negativity, and that's what happens. Oh, we ain't won a game since then. We ain't won a game because of that. We ain't got this. Let's not use excuses. Let's go to Anfield and try and bloody win the game at the end of the day. Let's forget about that subconscious thing where, oh, we haven't won any games because of the international break. Let's leave that. Leave that to Oprah. Leave that to Oprah, as they say. You know, we go out there at Anfield, they played in the international break too, and we go out there. No Man United players play for England. We go out there and we go and bloody try and win the game. That's what we do. It's Man United against Liverpool, the biggest game in English football. And I think that we need to go out there and just prove ourselves. And you know what? As Owen said in those comments, stop making excuses. And that's it. Do you know what I mean? That's what we need to do. Absolutely. Sanjit, good morning. And thank you for your support and your super chat, my friend. I really appreciate you. You absolute legend. Thank you for joining me this morning, my guy. United before January transfer window are 15th on the league table. What do you do? Honest answer, please. If we're 15th, I don't think Man United should be 15th. I don't think we will be 15th, mate. Add 10 places to that. I think if it was, hypothetically speaking, right? If it was, I don't think it's good enough. I will be honest. I don't think this Man United team should be 15th. No. If we are 15th by December, then that's sackable. It is sackable. You can't be 15th with this team. You can't be 15th with Sesko and Bremo, Cunha up front. No. It's not going to be that anyway. And these are hindsight things, isn't it, Sanchez? But if we are 15th, and I'll give you my word, I'm going to say this, right? If we are 15th by December, end of December, January, right? I would say it's not good enough. This is awful, right? I would say that. I don't think we're going to be 15th. I don't think we're going to be first. I think we'll be somewhere in between, probably. But if it is like that, then I would say, yeah, look, it needs to be better. This is not good enough and blah, blah, blah. I'll be honest with you, Sanjit. You know, I'll be honest. And I will say it. That would mark no improvement, would it? You know what I mean? There has to be a little bit of improvement, at least. Yeah, but that's what I would do, Sanjit. Big up, Sanjit. I hope you're doing well. Good question. Good conundrum. Getting my brain cells working early in the morning, of course. That is very hard to do, of course. I've had 2 coffees already, guys. So, yeah, look, I have to get my brain cells in order. Big up, Sanjit. Thank you for your super chat. Your generosity holds no bounds, my friend. Thank you so much, my guy. Stephen, good morning. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Ineos and the Glazers out. We want a full sale only. I mean, you know what? If I said in 2005, that it will be 2025 going on 2026, and we'll be still saying the Glazers out, get them out of our football club. You know what I mean? And we'd be still waiting for 21. I thought you're barking mad. I would have thought you're bonkers. You know, I would have thought, my goodness me. Well, they need to leave this football club. Look, because my biggest concern and my biggest worry about the Glazers, right, is that they're going to pass it down from generation to generation to generation, just like Malcolm Glazer did before he passed away. He passed it down to, obviously, Avram, you know, Glazers and the family. And I don't want them to continue doing that again and again and again, you know, because then we're going to just keep painting the same old portrait, ain't we? So I hope that they leave and we cut the Glazers off by the court and we can get a new ownership who actually care about the football club. And if there's that Sheikh, Turkey Al-Sheikh said it in his tweet, we need someone who's better than the last owners. And he's absolutely right. You know, much better. The Glazers have not spent a penny of their own money on this football club. Not one penny, not one dime has been spent on this football club from the Glazers' own pocket. They took this club out on a leverage buyout on a loan and put the loan on the club and used the Man United's profits, in the simple way to say it, to pay off the debt. In 2005, we had something like just under 500 million in debt in regards to this buyout. In 2025-26, we're 1.1 billion in debt. No capital has been paid on that debt. None. And this is what we're talking about in regards to how bad the Glazers have been for Man United. And it is a godsend for them to leave the football club. And if they did leave the football club, goodness me, God help the other football clubs. Because you know what? We make money now. Even with debt, even in our worst period in our history, we make money now. But we need to do this quickly because the likes of Liverpool, the likes of Man City, the likes of Chelsea, and the likes of Arsenal are spending more than us. And they're drifting further away from us. You know, it's like a race. It's like a 100-meter sprint. You let Usain Bolt have a head start. Usain Bolt is not going to get closer to you when you start 30 seconds later. He's going to get further away from you, isn't it? And that's what Man United are doing at the moment. Man United need to cut this off now, get rid of the Glazers now, and let's start the rebuild now, a proper rebuild. And tell you what, Manchester United can still be saved, right? Man United were going to be saved a year ago, but obviously Jim Ratcliffe took out the life support machine of Man United and plugged it into the Glazers' life support machine. So, but Man United can be saved. We just have to hope that it happens, of course. Big up, Stephen. Spend a shitload of money in the next transfer window. It'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Absolutely. Irfan, so Jim Ratcliffe can sell off other businesses and comfortably buy out the Glazers, but he will be stupid not to source partnerships at his age. He's too old, mate. He's too old. And do you trust Ineos? Do you trust Ineos to own the football club fully? You know, it better than nothing. But will Ineos pay off the debt? I don't know. I don't trust Ineos. I don't trust Jim Ratcliffe. I don't trust him. I don't. Having witnessed Ineos now and Jim Ratcliffe for over a year, he doesn't fill me with confidence. He fills me like blasé sort of person who just winging it sort of thing. Doesn't know anything about football. I would argue that anything. Was not a Man United fan, born and bred. Probably didn't even like football. Got a Chelsea season ticket. I just don't think. Look, guys, I've said it before. He lies. He lies a lot, and that guy can't be trusted. And I don't trust him. I don't. I really don't. I hope I'm proven wrong. And I'll be the first person to go to the front of the queue and say, listen, I was wrong about Jim Ratcliffe. I would say that. I'll be the first person. But don't come to me like people have done on social media and things like that and say, Sal, you should give an apology to Jim Ratcliffe. In what world am I going to give an apology to Jim Ratcliffe? What idiotic world are they living in? I don't know. Because what has he proven at Manchester United? Buying players we should buy? Not completing the rebuild? Even though we came 15th? I mean, I don't know. Some people are just absolute bonkers. Wesley, I wouldn't be surprised. It's a Tani behind this takeover talk being quiet. Maybe, Wesley. We don't know at the moment. And what is going on behind the scenes, we never know. But one thing about Al-Thani, Jassim Hamid, is that he is a quiet guy. He's not one of those guys to be ranting and raving in the media like Jim Ratcliffe was, of course. He's a shy guy. He's a humble guy, and this is what we're talking about, And look, at the end of the day, whoever it is, it will be great if the Glazers leave the football club. But even if it is Ineos, it'd be great if the Glazers leave the football club. The most important thing for us is the Glazers leave the football club, of course. Now, guys, let me get into a bit of transfer news in regards to Manchester United, of course. Manchester United are chasing Barcelona Spanish player Marc Caicedo, the 22-year-old CDM, midfield central and right back from Barcelona, is said to be on the list of players that Barcelona want to cash in on in the summer, guys. Now, Caicedo is only 22 years old. As I said, he's had 5 appearances for Barcelona this season. We are facing competition with the likes of Arsenal, the likes of Chelsea, and the likes of Liverpool for the signature of Marc Caicedo. He's only 22 years old, fits the mold perfectly. And one thing about Caicedo is incredibly versatile. He's a very, very capable CDM, right wing back, and midfielder, guys. So that is something to keep an eye on. Marc Caicedo, Barcelona, we're facing competition from the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City, and others in regards to his signature. Manchester United are big admirers of Caicedo, and he is a bit part player at Barcelona at the moment. He's valued at around 30 million euros, guys. Valued at around that. It will obviously cost a little bit more, but Manchester United are interested in Marc Caicedo. Here, let's play that one by ear. Let's wait and see what happens. But a very, very interesting development in regards to that and players that we are scouting at the moment. Of course, I spoke about Etta Eyang, of course, the Cameroon Levante striker, 21-year-old. I've been speaking about him all week. That has been confirmed by Ben Jacobs. It's confirmed afterwards by Ben Jacobs that we are also interested in Etta Eyang as well. Manchester United are looking to bolster their squad ahead of next season, of course. But let's wait and see, of course. There's going to be a lot of names mentioned. There's going to be over 100 players mentioned, of course, because we probably have 100 players on our transfer wish list at the moment. Guys, let's wait and see what happens. But, Man United need a rebuild, and this is how you do it, isn't it? You have to start with the rumours, and you have to start with what players we're going to get. Of course, Marc Caicedo, Etta Eyang, 2 players that have been mentioned this week that Manchester United could quite possibly win and deal with. Harry Kane was another one. Harry Kane is a little bit of a concern for me. Harry Kane, of course, is going to be, I think he's 33, if I'm not wrong. Harry Kane is a concern for me because obviously we got Benjamin Sesko, and I don't want anyone to stifle the development of Benjamin Sesko at the moment. That's what I would say about that. And I believe in Benjamin Sesko, and I believe that Benjamin Sesko will be a fabulous player. Harry Kane will come into Man United. He'll be the first team straight away, won't he? He wouldn't be vying for Sesko. He'd be straight into that team at 33. So we can't do that. We can't be doing deals like that. In my humblest opinion, let me know what you think, guys. That's a bit of news in regards to transfer news, guys. Love to bring the transfer news in there, of course. And Man United always got it, isn't it? Absolutely. Irfan, true. Sal, rich people always play the broken narrative. Yeah, it's clever, mate. It's clever. And people were arguing with me on the stream a few months ago, Irfan, about, oh, they ain't got no money. You'd be delusional if they think they've got no money. Blah. You'd be delusional to think they've got money. They've got no money. And I was like, they've got money. They've got money stacked up. No one. You know what they say? When I was in the music industry, sometimes I used to make big moves, right? And those big moves, people would say to me, do you know what? I ended up going from East London, a little flat in East London, to collaborating with Eminem, right? And Shady Records. And people used to tell me before it happened, right? Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Act like nothing's going on. Act like, you know what, you're doing badly and everything's down in the dumps and you're not really doing well. They told me that. And these were very, very important people at labels and things like that. They told me, Sal, don't even mention it to anyone. Don't promote it. Even though you're excited it's happening, don't mention it to anyone. Keep quiet, be humble, and just be quiet about it. And to be honest with you, it's true. Because then people have less expectations on you. And people can't give their juju on it either as well. That's one other thing. People can't curse you. People can't put a bad eye on you and stuff like that. And that's exactly what it is, They say that they're broke to subconsciously manipulate you into something, to think in a certain way. They sack people at Old Trafford at Man United on 30 grand a year to subconsciously put in your mind that they've got no money. Right? Because when they're sacking people, what you're going to think in the transfer is, well, they've got no money. They sacked those loads of people, didn't they? They sacked thousands of people. They've got no money. And people just think so simplistically, and that's the thing. It's a worry because people do think simplistically. A lot of them are Ineos fanboys and fangirls. They go out there and they just want to support them because they don't want to be proven wrong. And that is what it is at the end of the day. But us, those people are very open-minded with everything and want to look at everything from certain points of view and care about the football club. We will call things, why is he sacking this and then spending 100 million on that? You know what I mean? It's exactly a liar. Like Man United fan, born and bred. We all know that was just a PR tactic. We know that. There's not one photo of this gentleman in a Manchester United scarf, in a Manchester United shirt, with a Manchester United mug, with a Manchester United cap, in his whole 77 odd years of existence on this earth. Even the most broke Manchester United fan has something that represents them as a fan from a young age, right? And that's what it is. And I was raised in a one-bedroom flat with 5 of us, and I still have evidence that I was a Manchester United fan in the late 80s. Right? And this is what I'm talking about. So real eyes recognize real lies. Real eyes recognize real lies. Guys, remember those quotes. Tupac Shakur. Remember that. Absolutely. William, big up, William. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Absolutely. Big up, fan. Big up. Yeah, so save that for Oprah. Absolutely. Yeah, Jim Ratcliffe. Save that for Oprah, mate. Give that to Oprah. Absolutely. Irfan, if we beat Liverpool, it will be the start of a bigger things to come. Absolutely. I want us to win, and we must win. It will be one of those games which is going to define our season. You know what, Irfan? Spot on. Great comment. What I would say, absolutely, bruv. I would say that if we beat Liverpool, imagine the enthusiasm, imagine the morale boost that would give to these players, imagine it would give to the fan base. I know there's going to be some fans out there who are vying for blood, who want him to lose. They call themselves Man United fans, but they're generally not, who want him to lose just so that he gets sacked. And that is where we get into dangerous territory, isn't it? And dangerous grounds, because I don't agree with that. I think it's an absolute disgrace when people say, I hope we lose. So Ruben Amorim gets sacked. It's disgraceful. And if we win the game against Liverpool, we won at Anfield. Probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest places to go in Europe. Right? Liverpool it's always like playing against 12 men when you're at Anfield. It's a very difficult place to go, and if we go there and win, we've proven what we can do. And these players have done it before. These players have gone to the Emirates and won with 10 men. You know what I mean? These players know they can turn it on and they can give 100% when the time is to give 100%. They can do it, Let's wait and see what they do. Big up, Chow. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Check out a Man United fan. Apparently. Let's wait and see. A lot of people are Man United fans, of course, when it suits them, i.e. Jim Ratcliffe. The rest to see. Big up, rest to see. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again, of course. Irfan, Glazers annoy me big time. They are also now part of a group who wants to establish a breakaway franchise competition in rugby called R360. Really? Unions have already threatened it. What is it, like a super league in rugby? Obviously, rugby's already got a super league, haven't they? Look, the one thing, and I don't say this, I say this, my grandmother is American, right? Let me just say, but keep Americans away from European sports, right? Keep them away from sports that the whole world play, but they don't. You know what I mean? They can have their World Series, even though they're the only ones who play at the NFL and the baseball and that. They can have that. Have that. It's great. You can have that. Yeah, enjoy it. Don't touch football. Don't touch cricket. Don't touch rugby. Leave our sports alone. That is my message to them. Leave our sports alone. They are good enough. Stop trying to paint your little thing on it and making it like the bloody WWE. Right? Because we have the best sports in the world, that the likes of South Africa, that the likes of England, the likes of France, the likes of Italy, the whole world, from Asia to Africa to South America to the Caribbean, play. Right? We love the sports we play. If you don't like the sports, leave it alone then. Because the only reason that the Glazers got involved in Manchester United is because of this. It's money. They saw that it was making profit. Not for the love of the club. They done it for the love of their pockets. That's why. I was raised in a generation where people call football soccer, right? I remember when Americans, they still do it to this day. They call it soccer. It's not soccer. It's football, mate. We were the first ones to call it football. You called it football. You don't even touch it with your foot very rarely in NFL, right? So they were bantering soccer, right? Back when I was growing up. I used to see programs where they used to banter football, right? They used to banter it, say, oh, soccer moms, and things like that. You know what I mean? They used to do that, soccer moms, you know, and they want to bring football down because they know it's the best sport in the world and they can't compete with it. And no matter what you do, no matter how much money, how much advertisement, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Eminem, halftime preview show, whatever you want, it's not going to beat bloody football. And that is what it is at the end of the day. And that is exactly how I see it. And they just want to destroy this game. And they need to get their dirty, greasy mittens off our football club, go on the treadmill, have a little haircut, and deal with your own ish and try and concentrate on selling Manchester United. That's all they need to do, because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Leave our sports alone, right? We're not interested. Cause enough chaos in this world, right? Enough chaos. There's enough chaos going on in the world because of these gentlemen. Right, so not these gentlemen in particular, but that nation. So we just need to, you know what, concentrate on our own sports, and people need to stop selling it to them as well. That's another thing. We need to stop selling our sports to them. You know what I mean? But FM Sal, all Ineos owners at our club are not good. It's a red flag. Absolutely, absolutely. Good morning, Tyborg. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. How you feeling? Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope everything is blessed with you on this Saturday, and I hope you have a very, very good Saturday. Absolutely. Look, you know, Ineos have owned football clubs and they haven't done particularly well. Nice have done okay. Nice are not a big French club, but you would have thought that in the French league, right, where there's not much competition, obviously you've got Lyon and Marseille and Paris Saint-Germain, you've got these teams, right? But other than that, it's not a difficult league to break out, is it? To come to top three. They can't even do that, right? And so at the end of the day, look at Lausanne got relegated. The Swiss club, I think it is, they got relegated. I'm not sure who's on loan there at the moment, if I'm not wrong. I think it's Chido being Martin, about one of those guys. But yeah, look, you know what? You know what? They ain't done well at football. They haven't got no backtrack. And this is exactly before they took charge of Man United. This is exactly what we were saying, that they have no record at football that is successful. Do you know what I mean? And here we are. Gary, big up Tyborg. Gary, I think any UAE investment strategy should be buying out in your shares. I'll say, come on and buy it and go get clean. Keep all up. I mean, Man United do need, like I said, Man United are a derelict building, isn't they? You know, and you're walking in there as asbestos everywhere, junk everywhere. Man United need to clean the house. And whoever buys the football club needs to clear the house. They need to completely clear everything up. And that's what they need to do, to be honest with you. Buy the Glazers out will be the start of something significant. Clear the debt. Man United will be better already. Clear the debt by the Glazers. Done. That's it. You know, I know it seems simple. I know it's very expensive, and I know it's the laws of persuasion and stuff like that is going to be difficult. But look, you know, you have to understand that the Glazers. Let me tell you this, and I heard this from numerous amounts of people. Right, the Glazers do not want to sell to Arabs, and that's what it is. And that is what I heard over here. Okay, they don't want to sell to Arabs. There you go, and that's what I would say about that. And that's all I would say about that. Morning, MB. How you doing? Morning, Sal. Casado is a top player, correct. He's a very intelligent player and can play multiple positions. Personally, what I've seen of him, his best position is number 8 behind CDM. I mean, the great thing about him, big up MB. How you doing? Hope you're well. The best thing about him, he's versatile. He's versatile. He could play the CDM. He could play the CM. He could play the number 6, the number 8. He could play a right wing back position as well, which is very, very important as well, given Ruben Amorim's system. It's more, you know, you need a man of all trades in the system. You're someone who we can you know, negotiate around when we got injury problems and stuff like that. I'm not sure exactly when the African Nations is on, but Man United need a bigger squad. We're going to lose Ahmad. We're going to lose Imbremo, of course, guys. They're two very. We're going to lose Mazraoui as well. You know, we're going to lose a few players there, so that is a concern for me. How we're going to negotiate that? Maybe Man United might have to do a loan here and there. Maybe Man United might have to go out there and buy a midfielder or something like that to fill up in the squad. I don't know, but yeah, that's a little bit of concern for me. But Casado, if we could do a deal for Casado, a very, very good player, and we face competition. He's not going to break the bank either. He's not, you know, 100 million. You know, we can get him for about 30 to 50 million, I think, absolutely. And Barca looking to sell at the moment, just like we spoke about Rafinha a week ago. They're looking to sell their players at the moment, looking to make a bit of money. So it amazes me that when Jim say they do not give me a free lunch, a billionaire. I mean, look, I didn't get a free lunch. Mate, listen, I went days without eating when I was growing up. So I don't really care about what Jim Ratcliffe has and talking all these sob stories. I don't really care, mate. Me and my family had to sleep in a car for a week. You know what I mean? In a Datsun Cherry, I think it was at that time. So let's not talk about how you were broke. You've never been broke, Jim. That is just don't give me that. Guys, listen, I was in the music industry, right? I still am kind of, but there's a gentleman named Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran worked with one of my artists, which was a girl called Ledra Chapman. Ledra Chapman is sort of related to Ed Sheeran, right? So Ed Sheeran, to promote Ed Sheeran, right? He used to have this story about he used to busk in the streets, you know, to earn money on the streets, in the train station, stuff like that. It was never true. It was never true. It was a sob story to promote himself, to say, oh, that story. Because you know what sells? Rags to riches sell. Rags to riches sell, because it gives people subconsciously the feeling, look, he came from nothing and he built himself into something. He can do the same with Man United. He can bring Man United from the depths of the sea and bring Man United up and make Man United successful again. Another billionaire tactic, another millionaire tactic. If you sign for a record label, they say, right, what's your story? What's your story? What we're going to do? What's your story? We're going to give you this rags to riches sort of thing, right? Where you used to busk in the streets of London and you know what, and made it into this superstar. Someone scouted you and made you into this superstar. And this is what we're talking about with the Glazers, the Mank born and bred, didn't have a pot to piss in, blah, de, blah, de, blah. That old story there, that old chestnut there. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, look, you know, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And people like me who've witnessed, who've been around entertainment, music, sport as well, know the game. Read the game inside out, and they can't put wool over my eyes. Absolutely not, guys. Absolutely blimmin' not. 6 away from 50, guys. Guys, what's going on? We need to have 50 likes in the stream. 78 in the house today, guys. Don't forget to smash the like. It's 50 likes minimum on the Breaking Dawn, guys. Come on, guys. Let's keep it up. Let's press the like button, smash the like buttons, click the like buttons. You know, caress the like buttons, whatever you want to say. Please do that for me. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone who's joining me this morning. Of course, the legends are in the house today. The real legends, of course. Absolutely. 80 watching, 18 likes. Please hit that like button. Thank you so much, Irfan. You're a legend, brother. Really appreciate you every single day. I know I don't see it sometimes, but I do. And guys, look, you know what? you guys are the reals. You guys are the real ones, of course, guys. And big up everyone who's been here from the beginning, from the start, for many, many months, of course. And some people think that, you know, I had 2,000 subscribers when I started, right? And, you know, I went up to 14,000 subscribers. It's only because I prolonged you guys, of course, are a big reason because of that, but I prolonged it. I got 2,000 subscribers before Stretford Post became live in a month, you know, and there's a lot of people don't understand, and then I stopped for many, many months, you know, a year. You know, and I come through, and now the great thing about this community is I've had the chance to meet people. I've had a chance to get to know real people. You know what I mean? And Irfan is one of them. Thank you so much, William. If you trust Ineos, you're crazy. Full Sal Glazes and Sir Rat out too. The man has no clue about football. We have to be honest with ourselves, William. Look, when Ineos came into their partial ownership vanity project, whatever you want to call it, and purchased the football club on 27% odd, I wanted nothing but them to succeed. Right? I wanted them to succeed. I want them to succeed, because if they succeed, Man United succeed. I would like to think. I don't want just them succeeding and Man United to be in the mud. If they succeed, Man United have a bigger chance of succeeding. And I wanted them to do well. Of course I want them to do well, because that means Man United will do well. You know, and Man United deserve a great ownership. Man United should be owned by the best. Owned by the best. Owned by the richest. Doesn't matter where they're from around the world, as long as they have the best interest of the football club at heart. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, we got an American who doesn't spend Americans who don't spend money, but Chelsea got an American who loves to spend money. If we got that American in our club and they had the Glazers, that'd be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? Not to be, you know, and it's just the way it is, sadly. And, you know, anyone who believes in Ineos, the only reason they're believing in Ineos, William, is because they sacrificed themselves so potently when the takeover process was going ahead. They were so pro-Ineos, so pro-slandering the Middle East, which they were doing non-stop. We all know them, Muppeteers, Crofton, all these people there were slandering. You know, we all know them. Kevin, was it Brune, whatever he's, that guy there with the dry lips. I don't know what his name is. And yeah, look, you know, they were all slandering the Middle East. And now they're starting to, you know, some of them are starting to say, well, you know what, they're not doing very well. And it has been chaos, guys. We have to be honest with ourselves. The Ineos tenure so far has been chaos. It's chaos. We need order out of chaos. We need to create order out of chaos, because we need a bit of order here. We need a bit of planning. We need a bit of, refining what is going on at the moment, because not, you know, at the moment it's a complete and utter mess, you know. William, we have waited long enough for this Sal years ago. I mean, 15, or was it 20 years? Mad, isn't it? Who would have thought? Big up, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, of course. If Sergio Rat was serious, he would have been trying to purchase the club vanity. Yeah, exactly. He would have been fighting tooth and nail to buy this football club right now. He would have hit, oh, the Glazers are selling. Maybe I should try and buy it. Exactly. He's not interested in that. He's interested in the regeneration project, the vanity, and things like that. He's not interested in the football. Absolutely not. I mean, I learned that as soon as he signed for the football club, when he arrived at Old Trafford with a packed lunchbox and a very, very old jacket and that, you know, not serious. Tyborg agreed so much on the USA and the sports. They are clueless, and I don't want them anywhere near European sports. They will commercialize everything, and all they see is money. Absolutely. Absolutely. That I don't want them anywhere. I don't have nothing. My grandma is American. Guys, let me just clear that up. Virginia, Newport News, right? Virginia. What I don't want is them touching our sports. I know better than anyone. I've been to Houston, New York, Los Angeles, Detroit. You know, I've been to Chicago. I've been all around America, okay? I know them. They don't like football, soccer. They don't like it. And so I feel like they should stay away from our sports. And that's my message to them, right? Big up the American fans of football, the real ones, because there are. The Man United fans, American fans are fantastic. We've had a few here around the world. They're fantastic. But the business people in America don't like our sports. They like NFL, baseball, and things like that. They don't have nothing of interest in football. I can have every single owner of a football club who's from the States, right? And every single one by one of them ask them a question about football. They wouldn't have a clue. They wouldn't have a Scooby-Doo. You know what I mean? They wouldn't. And to be honest with you, I have nothing against them, but they're trying their best. Just like with the Super League, they're trying their best to disrupt our football. And I don't want their football. I don't want halftime Beyonce shows. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of them halftime shows with symbolism and all that rubbish. Please, no, thank you. I'm done with that. Thank you very much. We're done. We want our sports back. We want our sports back. We don't want any more of Yank-owned football and changing the narrative, changing the rugby, changing the football, changing the cricket, changing everything that makes European sport the best. Because it is the best. And that's why it's so profitable. Because it's the best. And the whole world play it. Football is a great unifier. Whether it's Palestine, whether it's Japan, whether it's Australia, whether it's Iran against the USA. It is a great unifier. That's what football is, right? We don't want to make football into a divider. We don't want that. And it's already getting like that. It's already getting like that, right? People trying to change the World Cup, trying to do this, trying to do that. They need to stop it and leave our sport alone, I would say. And I mean that passionately. Do you know what I mean? Big up, Tyborg. Bruno Fernandes should be reunited with Cristiano Ronaldo and buzz off to join Al Nassr in the Super League. Maybe in the summer, Samuel. Maybe in the summer. You never know. Lots of things are going on. There is obviously news that circulating this morning that Bruno Fernandes wants to stay. Guys, a little bit of other news about Victor Gyökeres. Apparently, the Man United were Sporting Lisbon and Manchester United agreed a deal with Gyökeres. Apparently, this happened, and apparently this upset the Gyökeres camp, and he ended up signing for Arsenal, as we know. But there was obviously a big controversy in regards to that, in regards to Gyökeres. Look, let me tell you something, right? I don't care about Gyökeres, right? I don't. Gyökeres, your Neres, your parents, meet your parents. I don't know. I don't care, right? It's all about Sesko, right? That's all it's about. And you agreed a fee. We didn't agree a fee. Sporting, the sporting president, whatever it was, blah. Keep Arsenal, you can have your Gyökeres. You have your Gyökeres. Who cares? You cares. I don't care. You do care? I don't care. Absolutely not. So, look, keep him. We're happy with Sesko. I don't care about the controversy. I don't care. Absolutely not, guys. I just care about Sesko, and that's all I care about at the moment. Because who cares about your carers? Absolutely. Irfan, any updates on two youngsters, Cameroon and South American, who's on trial at United South? We got obviously Etta Ayong, who is on trial. There's another one. There's a few at the moment. Tell me individual. We got about 5 on trial at the moment, mate. Which ones? One thing I would say in regards to the Colombian that is coming, the Colombian player who's coming to Manchester United. I think he's coming. I'm not sure when he's coming. I think he's coming in January. I'm not sure. It might be the summer, though. It might be July, if I'm not. Yeah, July. I think his birthday is on the June. He has to get to a certain age. Does the 18, I think it's 17 or 18, and then he can sign for Man United. He's coming at the end of the day. But there are quite a few on trial at Man United. Big up, GC. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything is blessed. Absolutely. The only way to take over United by Qataris is a hostile takeover. Yep, it will be. Definitely. Absolutely, bruv. Ephraim, 50 likes. Big up, everyone. Thank you so much, guys, for 50 likes. Can we stop there? Or are we going to get it going? We get it more. Let's get to more likes, guys. Come on, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate you. Big up 50. Very quickly, we got to 50. See how quickly we get to 50? You know what I mean? When certain men are not here. Absolutely great. Jim Ratcliffe is just a Captain Hook from the movie. Yeah. By hook or by crook. By hook or by crook. Absolutely. Big up, Samuel. Daryl, we are definitely gonna need players when players have to go for AFCON. Absolutely. The AFCON is a big problem for Man United. I love the AFCON. I might do watch-alongs for the AFCON, guys, by the way. So play that by ear. Let's just wait and see when that happens, guys. I like the AFCONs. I used to like it when I was young. I used to watch every single game. I used to love it. I mean, you learn a lot. But what I would say is that, it's going to be very, very difficult for Man United given our squad. Ahmad, Mazraoui, Mbeumo, gone. Now, obviously, we've got Bruno, we've got Mason Mount, but Mbeumo's been quite an important player for us this season. Luckily, we got Cunha. It's a good thing, of course, and we got Xerxes. Of course, if Xerxes isn't sold, that is. Do you know what I mean? If Xerxes isn't sold. Big up Amir, by the way. Big up the positivity. Big up my friend. With regards to the Glazers selling, in my opinion, they've always been waiting for offer they can't refuse. Yep. They don't have the club. They're just here for the prospect of profit. UAE, please drop the dollar. I agree. MB, look, they've never come out and said, Manchester United are not for Sal at any price, have they? They've never come out and said that. If they come out and said, we're not selling to anyone regardless, they've always given a price. That price is about 10 billion they want. But with the regeneration project, guys, let's not forget that. If this regeneration project is failed, it gets flawed. If this regeneration project fails, it might be cheaper. But, I would love, it's very easy for us to say. Like, obviously, I would love Qatar to come out and buy this football club or UAE to come out and buy this football. I live in the UAE, guys. I live here. I live in the UAE, right? And I'm here at the moment. It's a fabulous place to live. Honestly, everything is safe. If I wanted a hospital appointment, I get a hospital appointment today, right? Whether it's an operation, whether it's just a cough, I will get it today. Everything, the infrastructure, the safety, the food, the prices of things, everything is just the weather. But, I'm from England and people can't afford their gas bill at 80 years old, even though they've paid loads and loads of tax. That's what it is at the end. That's what you want to say. People want to talk about the birds and the bees. Do you know what I mean? People want to protest streets and things like that. It's ridiculous, at the end of the day. Yeah, ridiculous. But like this in regards to other things. Irfan, is the AFCON after the January Chancellor win? I'm not sure. Let me have a look. I think it's November, to be honest. I think it's before. Yeah. So basically, it is Sunday, December the 21st to 18th of January, 2026. So 21st of December to January the 18th. So it goes through the transfer window. So it's a difficult time at Christmas. Of course, we've got Boxing Day. There's the games on the 23rd, I think there is. And then obviously there's the games on New Year's Day as well. We're not going to get any players in for them. But after that, we definitely need to buy a couple of players there, or even if we get a loan, if we get a Ruben Neves in there or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Spot on, Sal. Let's go for Sal. Big up, my bro. Big up, William. Good to see you. Samuel. Manchester United have been owned by greedy Alex of the Glazers who should be working in a circus in the USA dressed as clowns. Absolutely, mate. You know what I mean? The World Cup shouldn't be in the USA. I'm sorry, but it shouldn't be. They don't have any right to host the World Cup twice in 30 years. England has hosted the World Cup once, and they invented the bloody sport. You know what I mean? It's just money, isn't it? Money talks at the end of the day. And I wouldn't advise anyone going there. I wouldn't. I would say that don't go there. It's not, people can't even sit down and have a debate anymore about something happening. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Fam, one can just look at football's kit night designs. These Americans are not serious. What with the upside down night design, the upside down Liverpool thing, innit? Does my head in. I swear they're playing with our brains subconsciously, indirectly. All right, Sesko, higher than your careers. There's no debate. I agree. I do as well. I think his ceiling is higher. I do. I think his ceiling is higher. I think the Bundesliga is harder than Portugal. I think the Bundesliga is highly underrated. You look at all the players that are coming now, all the talents coming from the Bundesliga. You know what I mean? And he played in there, and he's done very well in there at a young age as well. Do you know what I mean? I've got high hopes for him. I like his personality as well. I think that Jokeres is a little bit arrogant on the arrogant side. Daryl, summer, he's coming, brother. Big up, my friend. Big up. Let's hope so, my friend. We need more signings. We do, guys. Absolutely. It'd be interesting to see what the summer brings. Let's wait and see. The summer is in regards to this Colombian guy, by the way. I think you mean thing. Yeah, in the summer he's coming. Yeah, his birthday's on June, I think, June the 16th. So he has to wait till he's a certain age, Daryl. He can't come to Man United at the moment for legal reasons. So he'd be in the summer. Looking forward to having him. Of course, go. Hate that sport could be coming here. I hate that our sports are played overseas. It's a split in the face of locals. I agree with El. I agree. I don't think any sports, any Premier League, Serie A, La Liga sports should be played abroad. I don't. I think it ruins the soul of what is football. And I think it sort of feeds into the area of Super League. Down the line, you're starting to plant the seed of the Super League. Do you know what I mean? I think that, and I absolutely agree. It shouldn't be. It's our sport. It's our sport. Leave it alone. You know what I mean? Just because you ain't got it. Play your Super Bowl in Manchester. Will they play their Super Bowl in Manchester? Will they bring WrestleMania to London? They've just brought it to Saudi Arabia just now, first time in 40 years. Look, no. Play your Super Bowl in London. Go on, do it. Your biggest event in the world. Do it. They wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? We're not interested. Leave us alone. Leave our sports alone. The sports are crap. And that's it. Yeah, at the end of the day. No, you call your things World Series and only one country does it, plays it. It's ridiculous. Football all day, football FC. That's what it's all about. MB, Liverpool game will be super interested in my opinion. Win-lose isn't as important as how he sets up, picks starting players, makes subs. Also, how the players start and react during the game. Big test. It's a big test. It is a big test. Drew there last season. You know what I mean? Rants and Bants and Saeed love Ineos. I don't know. I don't watch them, Samuel. But I wouldn't be surprised because I know that they don't want to ruin the opportunity for them to get VIP passes and things like that. And, they don't want to ruin it. People who don't... Look, guys, it's not just Ineos. When Bobby Charlton, when Dennis Law passed away, sadly, they didn't mention them once. Not once. Not one breath of RIP Bobby Charlton, RIP Dennis Law. Nothing. They don't care about Man United. They care about clicks. And that's what it is. I love Man United. They go to games, because their season tickets were handed to them by a certain guy, and that's it. And I wish them the best of luck. I have my theory. I respected them before they done their shenanigans behind my back. But it's just the way it is, the way the game is now, isn't it? At the end of the day, they support Ineos because they just that's it, and that's all I can say. Rob Dawson stayed in United stand as United want to let Manu. No, they don't want to let Manu. Manu's not going to go in January apparently, and that's what Rob Dawson said. We'll have to wait and see, though. We have to wait and see. MB, I think they don't have bad words for the new structure provided by Jim since they come in every side. I mean, they don't want to. They're like sheep puppets. That's what they are, puppets. Puppet in a cap. Puppet with a 30-stone puppet, whatever it is. You know what I mean? I don't know. Irfan, love the stream. So big up, Irfan. Good to see you, man. Hope you're well. Such a wonderful platform. I wish you growth and prosperity. Thank you so much, Irfan. I wish you health and love and everything in between. I love your tweets. Love your comments, mate, as usual. We don't always agree, but you know what? We're always here talking to each other for over a year now, and I appreciate everyone in the stream, guys. Thank you so much. Guys, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. We make promises, not threats, and that's what it is in this stream, guys. We will keep growing. We will keep expanding, and we will keep growing as a community because we have a fantastic growing community here, guys. Absolutely. Really appreciate you guys. Have a fantastic day. I will be back later on, hopefully, for Chatterbox. Maybe. Keep your notifications on anyway, guys, if I get back home in time, guys. But thank you so much. Keep smashing the likes, but when you leave, don't forget to smash a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day. Enjoy your Saturday, everyone. Guys, big up, Daryl. Much love, my brother. Hope you're well. And guys, memberships are open. Don't forget to become a member. Just like Daryl, I've got great content coming for you guys very soon. Perfecting it at the moment, guys. So just bear me with that. And guys, thank you so much for joining. I'm Sal Warner, and this is Chatterbox, of course. Not Chatterbox, Breaking Dawn. Testing you there, testing you. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Peace.